Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject custom chiede cosa baba cosa felino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and
Happy 3 Lobster Saturday. Welcome to Wanna Bet. We hope you watched yesterday's show. It was a banger. Went down to D.C. to watch the Pelicans and the Wizards, to see Derek Queen, pride of Baltimore, St. Francis, University of Maryland. Boy, did he put on a show, Beltway Ben. Normally you go to a basketball game like that and you watch Zion just beast over people and barrel his way to 30 points and do whatever he wants. And you're like, man, I saw vintage Zion. Like, that was pretty wild. And then there's a rookie he's playing with who had like a 15, 14, 13 triple-double. We talk about Derek Queen on this show a decent amount. We've been on his triple-doubles again. And thanks to the mighty and formidable Sean K., who now has a lobster named after him forevermore, because it's a 3 lobster night when you're on a 22-1 Derek Queen triple-double. When you're on plus money Phoenix Suns to beat the horseshit Knicks. When you're on Dortmund, Frankfurt plus 115, the double, and the frickin' over 2.5 goals. It was 3-3. We finally got 95th minute shenanigans going our way, Beltway Ben. When Green Bay wins by 20 or whatever against IU Indy. When Beltway Ben's all over Thunder and Grizzly. I mean, Alex Sarr didn't take any shots. Who cares? Who cares? Sean is the man. That was a night. Yeah, we got the college football game wrong. I mean, at this point, I'd lay 20 points with Indiana in the championship. We'll get to that later in the week. Beltway Ben, it was a momentous night for the Wanna Bet family. Again, thank you, Sean, for reminding us about Derek Queen and just to play the triple-double instead of the PRA, which we thought was a little high. We got to put our bibs on, by the way. Do we not?
Yes. Hold right here. I will be right back. I got to grab my bib. But yes, we do have
We're both remiss in not putting the bibs on. That's me smashing crab mallets together. Why am I smashing crab mallets together? Because I don't have lobster claw breakers. We eat steamed crabs here in Baltimore, which are a crustacean and close enough to lobsters for us. It's like Joe Sixpack's lobster. So yeah, when we go up big units, we call it a 3 lobster night. We put on the bibs. Beltway Ben, even though times are tight, there's another lobster roll in our future. I'm not sure if you can hear me where you are or not as you do this.
I'm back now. Just got back.
You're back. I'm putting my bib on. We've got lobster rolls to mess with on Monday.
Yeah, not lobster biscuits.
Not lobster. Yeah, not rolls from Red Lobster. Ben, I love you. You're the best. You are. You're super cute. No, lobster roll sandwiches. Lobster roll, $20 lobster roll sandwiches with more than just the claw meat. So yeah, we're putting on the bibs. It's a fun Saturday. Here for us at Wanna Bet. Fun night for the Wanna Bet family. I was a little off the grid at the game with my kids, and then it's like, it's raining. There's a long drive. Not a long drive. I mean, an hour or so from D.C. back home. And then, as I told you guys, I was sick as a dog. So I came home and put on Homeland. And so hopefully I'll feel better today. Beltway Ben, happy anniversary to you.
Yes, thank you. 7 years. It was a great way to start the day last night.
It's like a third of your life, Beltway Ben.
It is. And it's crazy to think about. But I love my girlfriend very much. I enjoy it. I don't need to be out there looking for a lot of
Maybe she'll be on the show one day with the dogs.
Yes, there's in bed right now. I just ran in there to grab my bib. But no, last night was a very fun night. Last night was the first night. It was like just fun watching everybody cash with us and everybody in the comments just so happy that we played it. And I still remember we were in the show talking about Sarr, and I brought up Queen, and I'm like, I wanted to play him, but his PRAs are there. I might get to him later in the show. Hadn't put him in yet. I was thinking, I don't know. Sean wouldn't have left that comment. I don't know that he is in this show. So shout out to Sean for putting that up there. As soon as I saw Sean's comment, I'm like, I have to put it in. Cannot not put it in. Cannot not give it out. We do end up going with it, and we've had a very good year with triple doubles. I will say this: triple doubles are probably I don't know how to work. Like, they're probably the most cashable long shot in all sports. Like, home runs are plus 500. That's not that great. Like NFL, there's some touchdowns that are fine.
with guys who get them a lot,
exactly,
it's like plus 200.
Exactly. So, and if you want that type of cash, you got to parlay multiple guys to hit a damn ball over the fence in an MLB game, which sucks. NBA, and again, Derek Queen's done it one of 35, 40 games. I get that, but it just feels way more cashable in terms of triple doubles. We had Giddey cash of plus 1,000 or more. We had Cade Cunningham cash of plus 1,000 or more.
We're riding Joker at home.
Absolutely. And we're doing it against teams like the Wizards have been a fine spot to bet guys to get a triple double, and we still get a price like we did on Derek Queen. So again, the community last night was the first night I really loved it.
Wizards and Warriors have been on the wrong side of the most triple doubles in the league. So we've told you guys that repeatedly. I'll run the numbers again next week, but as of a week ago, and there haven't been a ton of triple doubles in the league because a lot of triple double guys are hurt, and the Wizards just had one on their home court from the other team again. I mean, I'm listening to the Suns game driving home, thinking, could anybody on? Because now the Wizards go out west, right? And now like no McCollum and Trae Young is sitting there in a tan suit. He ain't playing basketball for a long time, and no Kispert off the bench. I'm just sitting there thinking, could anybody on the Phoenix Suns mess around and get a triple double? I mean, it seems like a stretch.
Book will
like
get one this year.
Have that guy, huh?
Devin Booker, I would not write Book off.
Booker,
I'm just gonna say that.
O'Neal, I don't know. Could he get that many assists?
No,
I guess
I can't do O'Neal. I will bet. We'll do Book. We'll do a half unit on Book. But also real quick on that triple double, we gave it out at plus 2,200 on the show. Anybody who saw the show later in the day got a better number. He was plus 4,000 at one point in the day. So and there were people putting like $2, $5 for like great cashes for this thing. And that's why I was like, yesterday was just so great. It was good to see so many people cash with us and so many people excited. Because again, we talk about Derek Queen a lot. And it was people who stuck with us through the show, right? It wasn't people who tuned in for a bet or two and hopped off. Like, we talked about it during overtime, and so many damn people cash. So very, very exciting to see.
That's awesome. Before we move to today's bets, any update when your dad might want to hop on this?
I got to bring it up to him. It's tough because I do this here, and when I'm not here, I do it at
the
studio. Yeah.
How far is Maddie's house from your house?
About 8 minutes. I just haven't.
Oh,
maybe 4th of July.
That's not a bad.
He comes over here 4th of July. Maybe 4th of July.
What was that?
I said he comes here on 4th of July. Maybe 4th of July we can get him on.
4th of July. That's a long tease.
So that's the only time that he comes over here. He doesn't usually come over.
For Papa Hall.
Yeah, I got to bring it up to him. He won't care. He'll be
4th of July.
I was thinking of times when he comes to Maddie's. 4th of July is the time. Because Maddie, we live on like a big Catonsville's 4th of July. It's like Christmas in most places. Like, it's the way they celebrate. It's crazy. So they have a big party. They live right on the road of
it's
the parade.
It's like 4th of July in the Sandlot.
Yeah. Yes. It's pretty crazy how they treat around here. But that's when he comes here.
Right,
he doesn't come here other than that.
I know, but this would be a special occasion.
This would be a special. I would have to.
July 4th. Wow. Let's schedule it in. Let's have our people talk to his people. Maybe we can figure something out before July 4th. Jesus. Man.
Let's have his people talk to our people.
Sean K, help me out on this one. Get in the comments. Tell Ben we were looking to do this, before the World Cup's over. All right. Let's get her going to some college hoops. We're back on the Elon Mudskippers, as we like to call them, on the over. They're back at home. They shoot better at home than on the road. They're hosting a Campbell team that, even though they're the Campbell Camels, they run. These Camels got lady lumps and humps, and they run. Did we just get burned on this Elon over a couple days ago? We did. But it's being priced at 160.5, and Campbell's a better team than an NCA&T, and Elon's at home for this one, and we just think it's a mismatch. It was weird. Elon doesn't play defense. The NCA&T Aggies don't play defense. Neither of those teams shot even 40% from the floor the other night. I don't see that happening for Elon back at home. Elon is 5-0 to the over as a home favorite this season, Beltway Ben. Those games have gone over by 19.7 points per game. The Mud Skippers are 8-1 to the over after a win this season, and those games they have gone over by 15 points a game. 10-4 to the over for the season. Elon is. The Camels and their Lady Lumps are 3-1 to the over in CAA play. They're 9-5-1 to the over for the season. Another game where I think both these teams score 80. Again, Elon, top 76 in KenPom offensive efficiency, 295th in KenPom defensive efficiency. Campbell, 158 in offensive efficiency, 247th in defensive efficiency. So we like the over there in Elon today, down there in North Kakalaka, former stomping grounds of one Lauren Kelly, now Lauren Lockenfora. Let's fade Loyola Chicago. They're at GW today. GW laying 14 minus 110. Loyola Chicago is a flawed basketball team that I've been fading a bit. Haven't talked about them as much on the show as I probably should. They're 4-12 against the spread, 8-10 against the spread in their last 10 games. They're 327th in defensive efficiency. They create no turnovers, and they turn the ball over, does Loyola Chicago. GW looks like a pretty damn good basketball team this season, Beltway Ben. They're 28th in EFG. They're dominating the offensive and defensive boards. They're a KenPom top 75 team in the country. Top 55 in three-point percentage. Top 30 in two-point percentage. Loyola Chicago, again, as we said, has trouble defending the three ball, has trouble defending the two ball. GW's been good at home. We think this is a smash spot for them. And then, I screwed up.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Let's save the Terps for second down.
Yeah.
You surprised I caught myself though?
I knew it was going to. I knew once you got to
scale 1 to 10.
No, 1. You usually do. You'll like at the end you'll be like, oh no, I went out of order or whatever, and I'll just be like, oh, it's all right. I knew it was coming. I just was waiting until you got to it when you were going to be like, oh no. That's why I kept making faces. I was like trying to figure out where you were going.
Yeah, I was like, why? I was like, why is he sort of grimacing? And you were trying to save me from myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't have 9 million plays today because I don't love this Packers game.
Right.
And I've given out a lot on the Rams game already. The NBA slate didn't do anything for me today. So, yeah, there you go. First down, we'll go with the over in the Elon game and GW to beat Loyola Chicago by 15 or more.
I'm pretty heavy in the NFL today, as I am on most, when we have these windows in the NFL. We'll start with Rico Dowdle. I like 2 props for Rico Dowdle. We're going to go Dowdle over 14.5 receiving yards at minus 110. And let's also play him over 2.5 receptions at plus 100. You are facing a Rams team that allowed 306 receiving yards to opposing running backs over their last 6 games of the season. 51 receiving yards per game, which was the 3rd most in the NFL. Dowdle down the stretch was on the field for more passing snaps than Chuba Hubbard was. Last time they played, he had just 2 catches, but he went over the number with 21 yards. And Hubbard had 6 more passing snaps than Dowdle did. He was running routes 6 more times. And some of that plays a part of Canales during the season saying, guys don't lose their job due to injury. I still want to make sure Hubbard gets his touches and is on the field as much. And that for a little while played out, but it didn't make much sense because we saw the explosion that Dowdle had. We saw the change from when he was on the field versus Hubbard. And it's not a knock to Hubbard. It was just Dowdle was playing really good football. Dowdle's also very good to be on the field in the passing game because he spent years in Dallas where that was what you had to do because Dak was throwing the football 40 plus times. And he had success doing it there. He's had some success in Carolina. He's over the receptions in 4 of the last 7. The Rams were top 5 in defensive rush success for the second half of the season. I know there's a lot of talk about their struggles defensively down the stretch and all of those things. I hear it, and a lot of it is against the pass, but against the run, they're still fine. I think they'll be able to hold up here in this spot. And to that, it's going to be rainy. It's supposed to be ugly. I'm a little worried about some things. Why would Bryce Young, who they don't let really chuck the ball on the field a ton, he's thrown for 200 plus passing yards twice this season, why would he be airing it out left and right to Tet and Leggett and all of those guys? It's going to be short throws to the tight ends and running backs. Keep him safe, and that's been an area of concern for the Rams. So give me Rico Dowdle over 2.5 receptions, and we'll also play him over his receiving yards at minus 110.
Nice. Second down, we're going to take UCLA laying 11.5 at home in Westwood against the Maryland Terrapins. If you made me pick one side to cover 11.5 and you told me this game was being played in College Park, Maryland, and I don't like Cronin on the road, and I especially don't like Cronin on the road on the East Coast, I'd have to take Cronin to lay the 12 over Buzz. Maryland's a horribly flawed basketball team right now. Their best player, Pharrell Payne, is talking about trying to get a medical red shirt. He's not coming back. They're shooting, 36 threes a game. They're making 6 to 8 of them. They don't seem to have a discernible approach on offense. And the head coach is seemingly okay with this because they're chucking up threes all over the place, and he's saying those are green light shots, not red light shots. That was at home. His first real road trip in conference for Maryland. Cross-country travel in this conference, football and basketball, is usually a death knell. And this, to me, is Maryland. We're not quite halfway through the season, and they know it's over. And Cronin at home likes to hammer people. And there's also a part of me, who's Cronin's one of his best buddies in college? One of his best coaching buddies, Beltway Ben. Who's he real tight with?
Rat.
The bald rat. Kevin Willard, who hung the Maryland Terrapins program out to dry. That wasn't just business. That got personal. I think the bald rat wouldn't mind running it up on Buzz Williams here, who took over for the bald rat in Maryland. So I don't know what Maryland's good at right now. They don't have a starting five that seems connected. They don't have much of anything they can count on off the bench. Like if Diggy Coit makes 10 threes in this game, then I'm probably cooked. If he doesn't, I think Maryland loses by, frankly, 16.5 or more. So it's going to be a tough road trip for the Terpies.
Yeah, I'm there with you, Meatball. Anybody who knows me personally or hears me on this show, talk about it all the time. I'm a diehard Maryland fan. I really do love that team. Buzz Williams pisses me off by the day. I don't know that he's a good coach. And he keeps selling me that the coaching staff's great and they're getting the shots they want. That's a joke. You go to UCLA and keep getting the shots you want against UCLA, who plays real defense. Now, UCLA has their own issues, but Maryland damn sure ain't one of them. That's going to be the laughingstock of the Big Ten for this year, and hopefully not anymore after this. But second down, we will go to the NFL again, as we have been. Christian Watson over 53.5 receiving yards at minus 114. I don't love going to a receiving prop in a game where, as you guys are going to hear, I think it's going to be a lot of running the football, a lot of success in those areas. But for this, I'm not taking receptions. I don't need to worry about that. He can get yards. He can go over this number with 2 catches. Quite honestly, he could go over it with 1. We know how him and Jordan Love have been on the deep ball. And when you look at him, 17.76 air yards per target. That is second in the NFL behind Alec Pierce. Go look what Alec Pierce did down the stretch, especially in the final game before he got tossed, because NFL officials are just, they're terrible people. I don't know how to say it. But Christian Watson, over his last 5 games, 113, 17, 29, 89, and 83. Over this in 3 of 5, and the 17 and 89 were against the Bears. One of the Bears games he got hurt, dealt with the injury, left early, and Malik Willis was playing. And Malik Willis, as good as he was this year, the passing game wasn't amazing for him except for against one team, and that's the bum-ass Ravens defense in that spot. He was throwing all across the field on them. He was having a lot of success doing it against them, and we saw what Watson could do in that matchup where he went for 113. He could do this again against the Bears, who are allowing 176, 2 wide receivers over their last 5 down the stretch, 4th most in the NFL Injuries are the only thing. There's going to be some snow at kickoff, they said, but it's going to be flurries. Nothing too serious. And as the game goes on, per the weather report, I'm not the weatherman here, and I know those dudes get stuff wrong a lot, but whatever.
Well, the Fugazi.
Yeah, that's a good job to have because you can just be completely wrong and still be on. But no, they said that it might be flurries at kickoff and then after the game goes on. So from the weatherman Ben, I think the weather will clear up. It's just going to be pretty damn cold, so I don't want him to get hurt, and I know he deals with injuries, but one long shot from Jordan Love could do it. We've seen that Bears secondary get lost and confused. Communication issues have really hurt them down the stretch, so give me Christian Watson over 53.5 receiving yards, minus 114.
Communication breakdown.
Big thing in this league.
Robert Plant don't like that. Did you think about playing him in the long reception markets at all? I looked long and hard at him. Almost played him. Had I played him, I probably would have given it out as a 4th and long.
You can tell it.
Did you consider that Beltway Ben?
You can tell it.
It's coming.
You can tell
it's coming.
It's coming. All right.
I know my boy.
It's
coming. My boy.
Yeah, you will be able to tell it there. I got 2 4th down plays.
Beltway Ben. He is your betting friend. That's Joe Jackson, not Elvis Costello. I should probably come up with an Elvis Costello version of a Beltway Ben song. Halftime! There's all your ads. Apple Bottoms and Spotify's. Welcome back from your ads. I wonder what you got. Was it somebody gambling? Was it an online casino? Was it Pampers? Probably not Pampers. Maybe in your future one day, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, that's a no.
Huh? Sometime soon?
No, absolutely not.
Couple more years?
Yeah, if it were up to me, I don't know.
How many Derek Queen triple-double? How many Derek Queen triple-double catches are you away from diaper time?
Quite a few. We need Derek Queen to come to the DMV more regularly. We need Derek Queen to come here a lot more.
You got to get him in the Atlantic Division. How they call it. Sorry, man. I'm
Jordan flu game.
Sick.
Jordan flu game. We don't cash that Derek Queen bet if it wasn't a Jordan flu game yesterday. Remember I said Jordan flu game. I brought it up when you were sick, and it's been holding up.
Well, and I felt worse as the day went on. So
you killed it yesterday.
I thought you said, dude. There's 2 times that Wizards fans really got excited in that game. When Jordan Poole entered it for the first time, and they booed him relentlessly, and I forgot to download the damn Chick-fil-A app. When Zion missed the 2 free throws and they got a free Chick-fil-A
How were they about Trae Young?
That was it.
Trae Young? They weren't.
His dude, Rocco. How much louder was the crowd booing Jordan Poole, cheering for the Chick-fil-A sandwich, or Trae Young being introduced? Rank those in loudest crowd. Yep, chickens first. And then booing Jordan Poole. The Trae Young introduced in the tan suit.
Damn.
Hey, don't ask me. Rocco's good as gold. That's Pony Boy. He don't lie. So there you go. That's the 3 stars of what.
And how about the line that Poole put up? what a return to the district.
Could have been good.
No, 0 points, 0 assists. It was a bunch of zeros.
Yeah, I didn't never look at him. I was just focused on freaking Sarr, the little bit he played in the second half, and Derek Queen. Like, I wasn't sure I wasn't sure they were going to, part of me thought they were going to take the 10th assist down. Thankfully, he got 11
next play.
Right away.
I texted you. He's getting another one.
It was so funny though, from where we're sitting, because we're sitting under the basket, like 20 rows back of the rim that he's attacking. Dude, you could see the wheels turning in his head. Like, he's just looking for somebody cutting towards the basket. Like, before he gets the ball, you could see, I'm watching the way he's aligning himself, and he's trying to get a line so he can catch it and then just throw back door to somebody with a layup cut somewhere. Like, he wanted no part of shooting it. He wasn't going to frame anybody up. It was literally like, how can I get position to quickly try to get an assist? It was beautiful.
No, the NBA, I said it
on again, they're winning by 18. The game's over. The Wizards were garbage. The Wizards have fought at times this year. The Wizards were dude, the Wizards was so bad. We were looking at the Wizards bench, and the coach, I think at one point, just walked up the tunnel and left. Like, he's like, I can either call a timeout or I can just walk into the locker room and take a dump. And he walked into the locker room and took a dump.
No, I was going to say, The NBA, and I know we're going kind of quick, but the NBA, I talked about it yesterday, and and in the email, Sean had pointed to it, like, these guys know where they are. They spend so much time on the bench for breaks, and they have so many damn people behind them. Everybody knows where people's stats are. You look up at the scoreboard, it's different. MLB has the cycle watch, which we always talk about, but NBA with stats, if a guy's close to something, they will make sure they can try to get him there.
He played almost the whole second half. It was beautiful.
I know. They kept him out. I was so happy. Oh, I was so happy.
All right, third down. Let's go to the NFL, which, again, I don't have a ton of NFL today. I've given you NFL all week. I like the Rams alternate team total over 30.5 plus 124 at the FanDuel. Just the number one offense in the NFL. This is an offense that went to Carolina in the rain in a 1 o'clock window when they were on a magic carpet ride and Matt Stafford hadn't thrown an interception in 6 weeks. And all they had to do was roll out of bed and win. And so they had reason not to be up for the game. They still scored 28 despite Stafford throwing an interception in the end zone, a pick six, and a fumble at the end of the game. They still scored 28 on the road in that one. The Rams, again, I told you, number one offense in the NFL. How about on the road? 31.9 points per game. Number one in the NFL. Next best team, the Eagles. Next best team, New England, at 29.5. So they're 2 points better than anybody else in the league on the road. Number one in sack rate allowed on the road. They have not let Stafford get hit on the road. He's been able to pick people apart. This is not a ferocious Panthers pass defense. 35 offensive touchdowns for the LA Rams, Beltway Ben. Number one in the NFL. Second best team, San Francisco with 27. Think about that. They only play 8 or 9 road games, depending on your schedule, all year. They've got 8 more than anybody in the league. It's like 1 per game more than everybody else in the league on the road against a Panthers team that we all know shouldn't really be here. And a Panthers team that found a way to beat them last time. So McVay is keeping the foot on the gas. Matt Stafford, 24 passing touchdowns on the road. Number one in the NFL. He's got a 103 passer rating on the road. That's top 4. Big boy passing, 7.8 yards per attempt. 4th in the NFL on the road. They got Adams coming back. They've got Higbee back. I think they score 33 points or more, frankly, in this game. The kicker gives me a little pause, but I think it's touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to this game, or the NFL, and we're going to play Josh Jacobs over 77.5 rushing yards at -110, and we will also play him for 20-plus rushing attempts at +130. Now, you can look at this here and tell me, well, earlier in the week you're on Jordan Love, here you're on Christian Watson, now you're going with the run game. Every single time Josh Jacobs has gone over 77.5 rushing yards, Jordan Love has cleared the passing number. He's cleared 230 or whatever, wherever his number is, he has cleared it every single time Josh Jacobs has gone over the rushing. It's just a funny coincidence. I do expect here tonight them to dive into this run game heavy. I told you before, there's some snow flurries, whatever it'll be. It's going to be colder. Josh Jacobs, we saw the injuries that he dealt with down the stretch and how banged up he was. The Ravens game, he gets 3 or 4 carries and is done for. They kind of played it out because they knew they were still going to make the playoffs. After losing to Chicago, they knew they weren't going to win the division, and it would be important for him to get some touches, just a few, and let him sit. Now tonight, in a must-win playoff game at Soldier Field with that crowd, how they're going to be, you got to expect Josh Jacobs to get his touches. The Bears' defensive rush success since week 12, 55.1%, the 4th lowest in the NFL. Josh Jacobs said this is as good as he's felt all year. They gave him some breaks. I would expect him to get a healthy dose of touches. This isn't a guy that we feel great about with that Derrick Henry type of 75-yard run. It's more of bulk, and he'll break a few for 10 to 12 and keep hammering it off. Let that defense wear down, and this Bears defense has really worn down against solid running backs. They paid Josh Jacobs his money for these games, for the divisional matchups, for the divisional playoff matchups, and here we're going to have that. We're taking the carries up 2 numbers because I want plus money. If they're going to get him to 18 and 19, I think they would get him to 20 because that's what they're going to have to do if they really want to win this game. I do lean the Packers. Couldn't bring myself to bet on them here because I don't trust the defense's injuries. I like Halfley a lot. He's one of my top candidates for the Ravens, but they're dealing with some injuries. So we're just going to play some props. Josh Jacobs, 20-plus rushing attempts at plus 130. And then over 77.5 rushing yards, minus 110.
I lean to the pack as well. I'm not on it, but I lean it. Excellent. Fourth and short. We played this when the Rams went to Carolina the last time, and it hit twice. Devontae Adams will score in the first half of this game, plus 180. He should have had the first touchdown in this game, but the first possession, he dropped the ball in the end zone, but got 2 targets. He still ended up scoring twice in the first down in this game, in the first half of this game. Look, I don't know. Maybe he's on a little bit of a pitch count here, but I can't imagine he doesn't show up as soon as they get into goal to go. He did all year. 10 first half touchdowns. Only Christian McCaffrey had more scrimmage touchdowns in the first half in the NFL this season. Adams led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in the first half. This is hit in 6 of the last 10 games he played in. They loved the matchups the last time. I don't know why they wouldn't love this matchup this time. I don't know with the hamstring about him sprinting 50 yards downfield to catch the ball, but when they get in the red zone, he knows how to box out. He knows how to use the sideline as his friend. And Matt Stafford loves throwing. He led the league in goal-to-go touchdown receptions. So I don't think that's changing. And you want to play first touchdown. You want to play first team touchdown. I get it. I ultimately I did find the first team touchdown around like plus 260. But I'm just going to play. I preferred first half touchdown plus 180.
Yeah, we're going to go
fourth and short.
Yeah, we're going to go fourth and weird first, and we will get to fourth and long, as I mentioned before. Fourth and weird, though. This is an interesting one. Jason, you gave out Bears rushing total, right?
It jumped from 139 to 144 in a day early in the week.
Right. Once you gave that out,
139 and a half to 144 and a half.
Yeah, it's these team props. Even in college, you could be 30 minutes off and get it. But once you gave that out, I thought about rushing attempts. I was going to play just the Bears, and I was looking at the Packers and how games have gone. And ultimately, I came to this. The Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears over 59.5 rushing attempts, minus 105. I know some people have asked where they can't find it on DraftKings. They can't find it on FanDuel. You can play this at Bet365. That's where we play it a lot. And they usually have better odds here. I would expect a lot of runs tonight. I talked about the weather. It's going to be cold. These teams have gone over this in one of their 2 matchups earlier in the year, with the one where they fell under, finishing at 58. That was a weird game. You have Chicago playing from behind, having to throw the football. This one should be a little bit closer. Ben Johnson has somewhat handcuffed Caleb Williams this year because, again, Caleb Williams is a great talent, but he's slowly working him in to the heavy workload that he was once at in college and where he wants to get him to. We've seen a lot of growth with that offense, and I don't know that Ben Johnson's going to shake it up in a must-win home playoff game like this. So give me Green Bay and Chicago over 59.5 rushing attempts at minus 105. Something wrong here? Number go down?
134 and a half.
Yeah. It's fair. What'd you get, 144?
Well, I got 139 and a half. I gave out 144 because that's where it was the next day.
Yeah, it's a fluctuating thing.
I mean, the forecast got sort of like
didn't get better.
Like, what am I missing?
I'm not fully sure. We knew the assignment coming in. I don't know. Those things are weird though. Probably some people once it got up to 145 putting a lot of money on the under. I don't know.
134? It's back down 5. Now it's 5 yards less than it opened.
Again, these team props move more than player props by a wide margin. Team props.
Well, put me fourth. I'm going to get back on it.
So you're going to play Bears 134 and a half. Team rushing.
134 and a half minus 120. 1 to 365. Yeah. I mean, 130. I'm like, is this an error?
I saw your face. I figured it moved really strongly in one way or the other. Didn't know which way it was, but we will get that down. Again, you're on. Read it one more time for the listeners and viewers. because we don't have it up.
Bears rushing for 134 and over 134 and a half as a team, minus 120 at Bet365.
You guys heard that there. All right, we will play fourth and long now. We kind of touched on it before. We're going to play Christian Watson, his longest reception, over 24 and a half yards at minus 110. Cashed this in one of the games earlier when they played them where he had 41. The second game, we've talked about it. Jordan Love got hurt later in that game, or late in the first half, goes down with the head injury, and Malik Willis was in. And unless it was against the Ravens, Malik Willis wasn't slinging it across the field. Now, this isn't a shot to him. I think Malik Willis is a true starting quarterback in the NFL, and we'll find that out next year. But Christian Watson has been over this a bunch this season. He's gone over 39, 41, 51, 25, 52, 33. He's been able to go over this, went over it in 3 straight when returning from injury, and it's kind of fluctuated since, but they haven't faced this bad of a Bears defense. They weren't facing them in those times where he was going under with Jordan Love playing. If Jordan Love plays this game start to finish, I would expect to see Watson hit across the middle, deep down the middle of the field for a big catch. He's done it in a lot of different games through his career. He's had success doing it. Romeo Doubs has been a roller coaster this year. They don't know what they want to do with him. Some weeks he has 1 catch for 5 yards. Some he has more. But when Watson has been on the field, he's been the go-to guy. Jordan Love, they've been together a while. The only thing that has interfered with anything they have going is the injuries. And tonight I would expect him to be healthy. It's always a little scary with the guy that goes down some, but I think tonight he'll catch at least 1 pass of 25 or more yards. I think he catches 3 to 4 balls tonight, and one of them will be a bomb down the middle of the field, post route, something like that. So give me Christian Watson, longest reception, over 24 and a half receiving yards, minus 110.
Excellent. All right. Overtime. We've got a football parlay and a football play. Eagles money line and Saquon Barkley, 80 or more rushing yards. I think the Eagles have the better playoff coach, have the better defense by a country mile, have the home field advantage, and I think they can run all day on a San Francisco defense that's god-awful. I like the Eagles to win the game for a multitude of reasons. And Barkley, we've talked about it all week on the show. Since week 12, San Francisco allowing 4.8 yards per carry, 27th in the NFL, just 31st in success rate against the run. I think the big bad Eagles are going to be able to lean on them in the trenches, offense and defense. I also think not nearly enough's been made of the Trent Williams situation. Why do I bring that up in regards to this bet? I don't think Purdy's going to be comfortable passing the ball with Trent Williams either playing banged up or not playing. I don't think Kittle's 100%. And I think the Eagles are going to be able to get a lead in this game and have volume in the run game. Barkley, we know, has been getting 20 carries per game with regularity down the stretch. He's averaged 20-plus over the final 4 games that he played. We're talking about full games, real games, not the exhibition against Washington over the weekend. Last weekend, he has at least 78 rushing yards in 3 of his last 4 games. I think Sirianni keeps it simple, stupid here. And I think San Francisco's tragically flawed defense is a problem. So you can get that at plus 119 at FanDuel. And then, of course, we're on the mighty Bayern Munich back in die Bundesliga. Look, -2 at Bet365 and the alternate Asian markets, plus 143. They're back from the Christmas break. They're at home in the Alliance Arena, where they did drop some points before the Christmas break. But look, they're 7-1-0 at home, 31 goals scored, 6 conceded. They're facing Wolfsburg. Beltway Ben, do you recall what automobile is produced in Wolfsburg?
I do, the Volkswagen.
Beltway Ben's on it. I think this is a Mercedes-Benz against a Jetta. And I had a Jetta. It treated me well for a long time. Never had a Mercedes-Benz, never will. I go back and look at how Bayern started the year at home. 6-0, 5-0, 4-0. That's their results in their first 3 home games. I think this could go like that. They played 8 games at home. This bet, laying 2, you would have cashed 5 times at the Alliance. You would have pushed once, and you would have lost twice. The 2-2 draw right before the winter break, and then the 2-1 victory over, was it Stuttgart? I don't remember. Anyway, most of the time they're winning big Wolfsburg's been decent on the road, 3-0-1. They've only scored 10 times. They've been sound defensively on the road, but this is a fully healthy Bayern squad. Alphonso Davies from Canada, the Great White North, right? He got bled in right before the winter break. They're getting healthier in the midfield. I think Kimmich is back. I just think it's a smash spot for Bayern. That match is at 11:30 tomorrow on the ESPN apps. It might even be on ESPN2. But I wanted to give it out today for value and because we're on the air at 11 tomorrow and it kicks off at 11:30 and it gets pretty tight. So that's my overtime.
Yeah, we got 2 same-game parlays for today's matchups. We'll start with the first game, just a regular 4-leg parlay that I really like here. Rams on the money line, Puka Nacua, 60-plus receiving yards, Rico Dowdle, 2-plus receptions, and Blake Corum, 20-plus rushing yards, which you can get at plus 116. You guys know it. I see a lot of people push back in the sports betting community on social media about these plus 100s where you're putting a bunch of legs in. I've had success doing it, and I have always enjoyed doing it, so I'll continue to. The Rams should not lose today. I don't think that McVay loses to the Panthers twice. I don't see it. I don't care. I saw the stat today. They're 1-2 in games that it's raining at kickoff. Okay, that's fine. How many of those were playoff games? How many playoff games has this Panther squad won? How many playoff games has Bryce Young played in? And this is a Rams team who's won the Super Bowl and who was my pick to win the Super Bowl. I should probably give them out today. I meant to give them out in 4th and long. Because I gave out them to win the NFC. Well, I'll do it right here. Let me find exact odds because I wanted to give them out. Plus 450 right now. The LA Rams to win the Super Bowl. Sorry, guys. I want to do that in 4th and long. And as we started the show, completely forgot to put it in. 4th and long for me, another one. Rams to win the Super Bowl at plus 4,500. I put, with some money we made off of Derek Queen yesterday, I rolled them into Rams NFC like we gave out yesterday. I rolled that in to Rams to win the Super Bowl. There's one team I think in that conference that's going to beat the Seahawks, and it's them. And there's one team that's dominant over the AFC, and I think it's them. So give me the Rams to win the Super Bowl at plus 45, or plus 450, not 4,500, plus 450 there. But back to this. Rams on the money line. I don't see them losing today. Puka, if anybody's going to catch the football in a rainy game, it'll be Devontae Adams inside the 10 and Puka all the way down the field. He'll catch some screens. He'll make guys miss. Somehow he'll one-hand a ball that he somehow taps 2 feet in and makes an incredible catch like he always does. He had one of the best catches in the NFL season last time they played the Panthers, where he went up with one arm and mauled the dude. He does that regularly. And let me remind you, it was raining in that matchup as well.
Yes, it was.
So I would expect Puka to be there. Dowdle, we take his receptions down 1. I told you how I feel about that. And Blake Corum, 20-plus rushing yards. 44.5 is his number today. I like the over there. I would play the over. You can make that a 1-unit play for me. 44.5 rushing yards from Blake Corum. I think it's going to be him and Kyron Williams going back and forth. And I think both of them will have success in this type of matchup here. Blake Corum will get a lot of touches. I'm not worried about him being on the field. They like splitting those guys up and not giving them, either one of them, too much bulk. So again, for the listeners, Rams on the money line, Puka 60-plus receiving, Rico Dowdle 2-plus receptions, and Blake Corum 20-plus rushing, plus 116. And then for the night matchup, Christian Watson, 25-plus receiving yards, Josh Jacobs, 60-plus rushing, and an anytime touchdown for Josh Jacobs here, plus 167. Watson, I think, does this with 1 catch tonight. We gave that out in 4th and long. We gave it out as regular receiving and 2nd down. And Josh Jacobs, you can bring him down to 60. If he's actually feeling the way he says he is, this will be not an issue. I mean, he's going to run the ball 15 to 20 times. I think more like 20, maybe 22, somewhere around there. And if that's the case, 60 rushing yards for him it's a no-brainer. He'll get there. And also when they get in the red zone, I think they'll let him punch it in. They are not afraid to hand the football off 3 times inside the 5 and say, Josh Jacobs, get it done. He usually has success doing it. We're on him in a touchdown parlay, him, Devontae Adams, and George Kittle from earlier in the week. So I do feel good about him punching one in. Christian Watson, 25 receiving, Josh Jacobs, 60-plus rushing, and an anytime touchdown, plus 167.
Yeah, you can still find Jacobs anytime touchdowns at minus 120, which I'm surprised. We gave it out very early in the week at minus 105.
Yeah,
and I thought...
I don't think I tailed that one, so I'll play the 120.
I am surprised that's not more like a minus 150, to be honest.
In this spot, with the cold and how bad they are against the run, they're going to punch it in with them. That if they score, they're going to punch it in.
The quarterback doesn't usually keep it himself. Not this quarterback.
No.
The other quarterback was probably a different story.
Right.
That's the show?
Yes.
Do you have? I know I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you have Sean's email? I feel like we should read Sean's email.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do have it. Jason and Ben, last night's Wizards-Pelicans game was awesome. We were right where we needed to be at halftime, just 3 assists going into the fourth quarter. And as Ben has said before, teammates and coaches knew he was close and they were going to give him every opportunity to get it, which of course he did. He said he's looking forward to seeing us both in the bibs. He would love to get a bib if we have any extras, or sometime in the future when we do make more. So I think at some point when hopefully the sponsors come across, but we will get.
If I'm no longer, if Lock and Four LLC is no longer in the red with this production at some point in time,
we will
like
make
when my
bibs.
accountant is like, how are you going to justify this? How are you going to justify that? Can you get a 1099 from these dudes that you gave $700 to make up freaking hoodies? I'm like, I don't think they're going to send me any. I don't even know where they are. Like, are they in Afghanistan? Like, no, I don't think they're going to return. Like, I don't think they're going to fill out this 1099 and send it back to us.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to.
I
don't think they care.
I don't think they
so.
do.
These bibs were like $30, dude.
I know. Remember, they're expensive. Could you imagine though?
And I shopped around some before I got Sean. If we ever make bibs up, brother, the first one is yours.
Yes.
Mark Feinsand, thank you for following Beltway.
Mark Feinsand's a real one. Mark Feinsand is a real one. Mark Feinsand is
We're going to get him on the
one.
show talking MLB futures at some point.
Yes, Mark Feinsand's awesome.
We'll get Seth Davis, our buddy, on the show. We collaborate with at Hoops HQ on the show at some point. Probably maybe closer to the tournament or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mark, I will get you. I will get
pitchers
you
and catchers, right? Is that the deadline?
I'll get him the hoodie.
Pitchers
I'll get him the
catchers?
hoodie before he starts traveling to spring training. Any other comments? Anything else to get to, Beltway Ben?
No, just very good.
Right.
Very a lot of.
So we'll see.
people.
We'll see. What happens first? We celebrate America's bicentennial again, or whatever anniversary this July the 4th will be. That'll be something. Or we get Beltway Ben's dad on the show first. What do you guys think happens first? Set the odds. Papa Hall does a show with us, or Mooks are setting off fireworks to make my dogs go crazy.
Maddie's dogs do not.
Well,
the one dog. The one dog's off.
At its core.
You're not a big fireworks guy?
No.
I could have predicted that.
I think it's the devil's workshop. It's
yeah, I figured that.
Nothing good's ever come from fireworks.
Not hands,
I
eyes.
Fireworks and parades.
Yeah. I'm not a parade guy either. I don't like people. I really don't like people.
Oh,
I'm a people person.
I'm so. Yeah. Especially now, brother.
We like cashing though.
Huh?
We like cashing though on the show. Saying.
Well, yeah, but what's that got to do with fireworks or parades?
Just saying, bringing it up. We cashed yesterday. Usually,
like
when I say
Chick-fil-A
that, you would have said, "Oh, we'll go to the betting slip." I tried to work in the betting slip, and you didn't get it. What does that have to do with it? Oh, that's why, because we always put the betting slip in it.
There we go.
It went right over.
Well, put it back up there, Beltway Ben.
I was gonna.
There you go. We thank you guys for putting up with our ridiculousness.
Even the people upset
when
we
see you
when
tomorrow.
we go on rants, because there are some people that complain
It's
that
not
we
for
talk
everybody.
too much. It isn't for everybody.
We will be back tomorrow with an NFL heavy show. It's at 11. Remember, if you're up earlier, you can check me out on. I don't know if it's still called Bet. I think it's still called BetMGM Game Day. I don't know. We're on Twitch and Twitter, or Twitch and YouTube, and we're on the radio in some markets. I don't know. With me and Kate Constable from 8 to 11, 8 to 10:55 Eastern. Then I jump on here. We'll have our Wanna Bet. We're trying to do 11 for the most part in week. And yeah, Derek Queen, absolute Hall of Fame. He's IA Hall of Famer.
No doubt.
Sean Kay, the Lobster Man, IA Hall of Famer. Camila Cardosa, IA Hall of Famer.
I got the shirt in there. She is.
She was good luck again.
I didn't think of that
jersey on.
I didn't.
Good luck.
No, today I got my Jackie Robinson shirt, but Cardoso was.
Nice.
Cardoso was. She's lucky.
We got Fishbone, old school, reality of my surroundings.
I know them. I played them on the show.
From high school, buddy. This is from high school. This shirt's from 1991, Holmes.
Really?
Yeah.
Looks good for 1991.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
believe
held
it's
up
not
well. There's
really.
not many things I have from 1991. This was at Hammerjacks, man. Hammerjacks. Ask your dad about Hammerjacks.
He
No
probably knows
Face,
that one.
opening up for Fishbone. Played pretty much the whole Reality of My Surroundings album, like straight through. Freaking amazing. And then a bunch of stuff from Truth and Soul. Of
Sounds
course,
like
the
a
old
great
cuts.
time. I'm not sure I
Amazing.
would,
Tore Hammerjacks down.
but yeah,
Tore it down.
sure it was a really good time.
I'd love to get John Norwood Fisher on this show sometime. That would be nice. Get
Not sure who
Norwood
he
on the
is,
show.
but I think that would be a
He's
good
the
guess.
bassist from Fishbone. He's a legend. Or Angelo. Maybe those crazy kids can get back together.
Do they bet?
All right.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
I
This
said,
IFP is really bad today.
I said, do they bet? Do you
I
have
don't
any
know.
locks?
I'll try to reach out to him on the Twitter and see. Norwood, who you got in the? I mean the UCLA game is not far from where he lives. I think Norwood.
So he probably has.
What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Is Mick going to get the guys ready to go?
Cronin? Let's have another lobster day. You want to bet? We want to bet. We want to get Beltway Ben's dad on the show. Derek Queen's a Hall of Famer. Sean K is the lobster man. And we'll see you tomorrow at 11.